Hey guys, welcome back to the studio. So today, before we start today, I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm a Penn State fan. Yeah, I'm a football fan. If you have Penn State of college football. And so today I'm going to tell you guys 5 things to expect for the 2021 season that is currently coming up in September. And we'll start on September 4th and go on until November 27th. So 5 things to expect. The first one we have here is Explosiveness from Dotson and Washington. This is what I have imagined since the end of the season. I mean, beginning of the season, Dotson did pretty well. Like, he had a couple of good receptions. He even had a single-handed grab in that second game. So that was pretty awesome. He had 3 touchdowns in that game. For the only 3 touchdowns Penn State was able to get in that. And Washington did pretty decent. So I'm expecting those players to step their game up and then eventually become all-star material players this season. I see some opening play, or at least one opening play touchdown by Dotson, and a couple of decent catch and runs for Washington. Dotson went from pretty well in the beginning of the season to miraculous. In the last 2 games, I was just amazed. I know he's gonna get all those awesome runs, catch and runs, or whatever you call them. In that one Illinois game, in the final game of the season, he actually scored on the very first play of the entire game. The opening snap, Clifford threw it to him, then he just went turbo. Next is actually a question. Can Penn State challenge Ohio State? This is something I've been wondering since I've seen big plays from Dotson. Could he outrun them and get an opening play touchdown like he did in that final game of the regular season? And then motivate his team? Well, I'm excited to find out when the season starts. Well, when they get to that point. Can't cross the bridge till you get to it. So the third one is, can Penn State make it to the playoffs? Well, this has been something that a whole bunch of Penn State fans have been thinking is going to happen. 2017 they said Penn State's going to make it to the playoffs. 2018 they said Penn State's going to make it to the playoffs. 2019 they said Penn State's going to make it to the playoffs. In 2020, with shortened season, they said Penn State's going to make it to the playoffs. And they haven't. At all. They haven't been able to even get an 11-1 record. And So in 2021, I'm going to say this is going to be Penn State's year. They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to have a good run in the playoffs. They're at least going to make it in, I hope. And if they don't win the national championship, I'm not going to blame them, because they're going to choose tough teams to be in the playoffs. And likely those tough teams will win in the playoffs. Semifinal. So that was actually a big topic. Something that I really have confidence in. The fourth one is redemption from last season. You know, last season, 0-5 start. I'm kind of blaming the Indiana game for that. First game against Indiana, that stunning victory. And did he actually get that? Did Indiana quarterback Michael Penix actually make that conversion? I still haven't been able to figure it out, and I've reviewed it multiple times. I keep seeing he goes out of bounds before it even crosses the goal line. I'm also seeing a lot of other things. Then they faced Ohio State in the next one. They were pretty decent in that game, but they ended up losing 38-25. Then against Maryland, I don't know, did they think this was just going to be an easy matchup or something? Because Maryland was coming off of a victory, I believe against Minnesota. I don't know, but I'm just guessing. Because they started like 0-3 or something like that. And then they lost that game 35-19. Which is only by 16. Like, it isn't as harsh as it sounds. That could have been a pretty close game there. Now, they were in game 4 against Nebraska. Same deal. Whole bunch of incomplete passes. Like, they gave the ball up too much. Like, they gave up the ball to Nebraska. Like, they even allowed a fumble return touchdown, which is called scoop and score these days. So then the fifth game against Iowa, they lost that one 41-21. And the final touchdown they allowed was actually off of interception. And that was just... I think they really could have done just a little better in those 5 games. And I think they could have won at least 3 of those. But then they redeemed themselves with 4 wins. But they ended on the losing season, their first since 2004. And we're going to have one more. This is a big one. Big plays from a new safety. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about Jaylen Reed. He used to play high school football for King High School, also as a safety. And he had some decent interceptions. I watched his highlights, and he actually took some of those back for a touchdown, I think. Most of them were like short yardage. But still, we should see some big plays from this new safety. But I don't know. He might just play backup for Brisker. If he does play, though, I'm expecting at least some big plays. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If I missed anything to expect or missed any big talking points, just comment down below. And I'll leave a list down in the description for you to look out, and I'll see you guys on my next video.